Okay, the concept is now characteristics of the sound. Characteristic of the sound. So, characteristic means which describes about one object or about one thing. So, based on that one we can know about that issue, whatever the thing, object. If I want to say whether the student status, I need to take one of his characteristic, whether he is completing the homeworks or not, whether he is coming the school daily or not, okay, and is he listening the classes attentively or not. These all things should be considered if I want to say whether the boy is good or bad. Okay, children. So, characteristic means somewhat physical quantity which describes about that phenomena, Already we have discussed about wave characteristics, Okay. So, what are those? Amplitude, wavelength, time period, frequency, phase. Okay. So, these are the characteristics to know about the wave. That means, these will describe what is wave. What is wave can be known by understanding these characteristics. So, the same phenomena, same understanding if we apply for the sound, to know about the sound, there are some characteristics that explains what is sound, what you perceive sound. Okay, children. So, those are pitch, loudness, timbre or quality. So, if these three, if you know, if you understand, you can know how the sound is being perceived by the receptors. That means your eardrum and so many other spaces, how they are receiving the energy in the form of sound. Okay, children. So, these are the characteristics. So, the first one, pitch. Pitch means the shrillness of sound is called pitch. So, this is the definition you have learnt in your class 8, but what the pitch explains, it is depending on the frequency. That means, pitch is directly proportional to the frequency. So, what does it tells you means, if it is your eardrum, okay, that means it is your human ear. Okay, children. Yes. Now, the ear is receiving the energy from the source. It is receiving the energy in the waves. Okay. So, this wave will be received by this ear. Okay. Now, sometimes this is simply without any deviations, simply just forms good waveform. But sometimes this wave is being repeated its nature. Means it can be like this. Look at this. So, you received this sound. Here this sound, this is one wave, this is one wave, So, the same amplitude, same frequency they are maintaining, and this type of pattern is being repeated, you can see, for 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can see the same wave pattern has been repeated. So, this type of repetitive nature can be perceived by your auditory system. So, pitch is not related to the actually sound, it is related to how you perceive the sound. how you receive the sound, how you analyze, understand the sound. So, that is why here how many patterns, again one more wave I am drawing here, look at this. Look at this, the same wave pattern you can see, same wave pattern, maybe somewhat higher amplitude, lower amplitude and decreasing and again increasing, decreasing, decreasing, again increasing. How the disturbance for the so many wave periods, if they observe how that wave is being repeated, that wave is being repeated. So, that repetitive nature of the sound is observed by your auditory system, that is pitch. That is pitch. So, the definition of the pitch is, if you want to write, the repetitive nature of the sound is called pitch. So, see children, I have written the definition here, the repetitive nature of the sound is called pitch. Pitch is directly proportional to the frequency, and why it is directly proportional to the frequency, we need to go deeper about that, but before that try to understand. Whatever you are receiving the sound energy, if you take it its waveform, if you observe any repetitive pattern, any repetitive pattern, look at this, here this same pattern repeats for 4 times, repeats for 4 times, repeats for 4 times. Now, suddenly the medium changes or this wave interfere with another one. Now, the pattern has been in this way. Okay. Now, here onwards another pitch will be identified, another pitch will be identified. So, the pitch tells you how you perceive the sound, that is why you people are able to distinguish the sounds of male and female voice, and even the child and elder voice. If you see the child voice, that is very at low, but pitch wise that is very high. When he is cracking, that means he will the infant will be there, right, always he will cry, right. So, the quarreling sound will be listened by us very creaking manner, very creaking manner. But coming to the lady's voice and boy's voice, ladies and gents, you can see ladies voice has the high pitch when compared with the boys. Boys have loudness, but what is the thing is happening here, they are having the low pitch, they are having the low pitch. In the same way, if you go to check with the line voice also, line roaring has the low pitch, but high loudness, high loudness. So, what is loudness and what you understand about the pitch, I think based on these examples try to understand. But simply the repetitive nature of the sound is called pitch. How many times the same disturbance being occurred, that will be identified by your auditory system. Okay. Here I have mentioned C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So, and I mentioned the related words do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Okay. In our Sanskrit, this is called sa, this is called ri, this is called gha, this is called ma, this is called pa, this is called dha, this is called ni, this is again sa. Okay. Sari, gama, okay. This is padha and this is nisa. You can see in the music we have the special notes sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Okay. Sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. In their other countries, the same frequencies they are maintaining, but with different sounds, do, re, mi, fa, so, le, the, do. Okay, children. So, these are the letters which are attributed to these special frequencies. These are frequencies. I said you before, pitch is directly proportional to the frequency. So, the human brain, the human auditory system is habituated for some certain sounds, and it can easily detect at these type of frequencies, I too don't know reason, but your music perceiving will be towards certain frequencies, So, whatever you are producing the sounds in the form of music by using any musical instrument, mostly they will be in this value to that value. You can see here 256, here this is the 512. So, these are called notes, first note, second note, third note, fourth note, like that. Note means certain frequency in the musical system, certain frequency, but the certain frequency also they are spacing the frequency range from 256 to 512. Look at this, 256 to 512. 256 will be doubled, so that you will get 512. If you double 256, 512. Between them, the other notes are there. So, from the range 256 to 512 is called octave. What does it call? Octave. Octave means it is a spatial difference between the two certain frequencies, and those certain frequencies are related mathematically in this way, 256 to 512. How those are related? Not by the addition, not by the subtraction, they are related by their ratios, 512 by 256, if you divide 512 by 256, okay, what do you get, children? 2 by 1 means 2 is to 1, means 2 is to 1. Here why I am taking the ratios? Means, children, if you take the differences, sir, why can't we understand the difference between this frequency sound, based on their difference? That is not being done by your auditory system. Your auditory system observing the difference based on how many times it is greater than this one. That means you require ratio. That means I need to take D by C value, E by D value, F by E value. So, in this way I should take ratio. So, my human auditory system will identify the differences between the two sounds, between them, not taking their separation, by taking their ratios, Okay. So, that means we will take one fundamental frequency. Nowadays we are having the fundamental frequency A4, 440 hertz, okay, 440 hertz. That is the fundamental frequency. Related to that one, either you will increase or decrease, 440 hertz. Okay, children. Yes, look at this. If you take the difference 32 here, 32 here, 22 here, 42 here, 42. As normally what we think, if I want to know the difference between this sound, simply I will take the difference of their frequencies. No, that is not correct. Your auditory system is responsible to identify the sound related measurements based on their ratios, even for loudness also. So, here you need to take F1 by F2, So, second value by first value, not F1 by F2, F2 by F1 means this by this, In that way you should take. So, if I take that value, I will get the answer approximately 9 by 8, okay. Here 10 by 9, okay, children. Here 16 by 15, okay, and here again 9 by 8, okay, here 10 by 9 and 9 by 8, okay. In this way you will get 9 by 8, 10 by 18. So, look at this, they just how many times those are, this ratio we will take. If you calculate, mostly all will occur in the nearby value 1.2, 1.1. In that way you will get answer, okay, children. So, mostly all will occur at the frequencies 1 point some values, So, this frequency is greater than this one, 1 time. This frequency is greater than this one 1 time. In this way you will calculate. You will calculate. So, the ratio measurements, frequency ratios you are perceiving, deciding that one, how the sound is being varied from this one to that one, this one to that one. So, simply pitch means, in the refraction concept we have learnt, okay, light has a wave nature, so that the wave has the frequency. So, if I said the frequency or wavelength values 400 nanometer, and if you divide the velocity with that 400 nanometer, you will get the frequencies also. So, based on the frequency, you are perceiving your color, right. In the same way, based on the frequencies, you will identify the sound that is nothing but analog to color. So, in the light lesson, what you, for certain frequency what you observe the color, for the certain frequency you observe the pitch, So, keep it in mind children, light lesson, okay, frequency have certain color, okay, this is a light. But coming to the sound, the same frequency gives you pitch, and that too you should take the ratio. So, ultimately the pitch is directly proportional to the frequency. Which has more pitch, that means they are vibrating more for unit time, frequency is more. But here I am taking the ratios of frequency children, okay. So, if this is the fundamental frequency, according to sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, okay, the same sound is being repeated, okay, sa, but frequencies are different, but you won't observe. That means 256, okay, into 2, how many times? 512, okay. So, if you want to get this fundamental frequency, should be multiplied with 2 power n, but what is here? How many times should I multiply? 1, 2 power 1. Even if you identify 500 hertz and that frequency increases to 1000 hertz, okay. Now 100 hertz increases to 200 hertz. Okay. Now, you hear this first sound with the frequency 500, and you hear the sound which is increased by double 1000 hertz, and again I hear the sound 100 hertz, and that was doubled 200 hertz. Okay. Those sources first emitted the sound with 500 and doubled that one for the next sound. In the same manner, first emitted the 100 hertz, that was doubled. What you receive the sound 1000 hertz, what I received the sound 200 hertz, between these sounds the difference is nothing. Both will seems to me same. Even 100 increases to 200, I identified some difference. The same difference will be felt here also. So, I thought that both are same sounds. So, when those are increased by this type of ratios, here frequency ratio concept is very important. We should not take always by using the mathematical operations addition, subtraction, okay. We should take sometimes this type of ratios also to compare the values, That is why pitch is directly proportional to frequency. Light, color. Based on the color, we will observe that this is blue light, this is green light, this is red light. In the same way, based on the pitches, okay, we will distinguish the sounds. That means now I want to say hi to you. Okay, how I am saying hi, but if I am the female, how will I say the hi? Hi. Did you understand the difference? Okay, children. So, same sounds, okay, but with different pitches, Okay children, yes, if any person, elder person, if they want to say hi, hi, did you understand? So, these are the differences, same meaning, same sound, but the sound has different pitches, low pitch, high pitch. If it is female voice, hi, if it is male voice, hi. So, that is the difference, the same words. Okay children. Now, next characteristic, loudness. Next characteristic, loudness. Simply, loudness means you think that, okay, how much bigger the sound, what is bigger there? You people try usually say the meaning of loudness means how much bigger the sound, what is bigger, does it have the size? No. Does the sound has a shape? No. Then what is the loudness? How can we know mathematically? Again here also we are taking ratios, keep it in mind. How much intensity being varied with the fundamental, that means in the sounds we people kept some values in the form of frequencies, in the form of intensities. Okay. So, what happens according to that one, how much this sound is being varied, not by the subtraction, not by the difference. That difference is not by doing calculation by the subtraction. We people are taking the difference by its ratios, by its ratios. If I have said 10 decibel, okay, 10 decibel is the voice, okay. You people are speaking with 20 decibel, consider whispering when the teacher is there. Okay. Now, one jet speed is jet is going, it is taking off. Okay. So, what is happening? This is 20 decibel, that is 120 decibel. How do you say now? 20, 120, simply you say 100 decibels is the difference between them? No. How many times it is? That will be known. That will be known. Okay, children. So, that is why in the sound lesson, where if you want to know about the sound, where you will not take the subtractions or differences, simply you should take their ratios, So, how the loudness is calculated, we are going to learn. Simply, this is directly proportional to the intensity of sound. Intensity of sound. What is meant by intensity? Intensity means energy per unit area in a unit time. How much energy will be crossed per unit area? Why I am taking like that means energy is always coming out in the form of waves. How the wave comes in the refraction lesson we discussed. That will come in the form of wave fronts, in the form of wave fronts, wave fronts. So, in this way that is being expanded. While it comes out, you can see the size of the wavefront is being increased. The size of the wavefront is being increased, but the intensity is being decreased. Intensity is being decreased. Here I should take a 3-dimensional view of that propagation of the energy. Propagation of the energy. So, that is why if any explosion takes place, okay, now that explosion, okay, simply I just dropped this marker, okay, you seated nearby me in the front bench, one of you seated at the back bench, who hears the sound loudly? The front bench person. Even if you take your earphones of your mobile, if you keep the earphones by turning on your music player, will you get the sounds? No. But if you keep that earphones nearby your ear, you will get the sound. Did you understand? And one more thing, if you see the loudspeakers, how the loudspeakers are there? Have you seen the loudspeaker in this way? Okay. So, from here onwards, sound waves will come. Sound waves will come. Sound waves will come. Okay. Now, look at this. Just I am moving this marker, but this marker I am moving with this one. The same motion, but you are able to hear that sound. Why? Here you can see it is disturbing only some molecules, less area, but you can see here this entire board also getting this energy transmission. Now this board is being contacting with so many air molecules, so many air molecules. So what happens? Those air molecules will give the disturbance, okay, in the longitudinal manner that you are perceiving, that you are perceiving. So intensity factor you need to know, and that too you should take their ratios, that too you should take ratios. Then you will have the idea what is loudness, what is loudness. Okay children? Yes. So that's why intensity and loudness, I said you before, pitch is directly proportional to the frequency, okay. But here how you consider loudness is being related with one of the wave characteristic, that means amplitude. What is that? Amplitude. If amplitude increases, loudness also increases. So pitch is directly proportional to the frequency, loudness is directly proportional to the amplitude. Okay. Now we are going to understand how it is possible mathematically. If the wave is going in this way, okay. Now this is the origin, okay. We have two types of waves. What are these? Sine wave, cos wave, okay. Sine and cosine. Sine wave means the phase angle at origin is 0, at origin is 0. For the cos wave, that is 90. That means the black color wave is called sine wave. Look at this, starting point of one wave starts from here. You can see the blue color starts from here with the 90 degrees of phase difference, with the 90 degrees phase difference. That is why if you take, this is the plus 1, 0 and minus 1. Now sine, the starting angle sine 0, okay, black, right. Sine 0, how much children? 0. Sine 90 children, when the particle, if this is the particle positions, what I am observing the during its wave motion, okay. The red colors are the particles, okay. This particle is at 0, but what about this particle? According to this here, the angle is 90, the angle is 90. So sine 90 value plus 1, sine 90 value plus 1. Again sine 180 value, 180 children, 180 means here, again 0, 270, 360. In that way every 90 degrees, okay, every 90 degrees. That means look at this, this is the radius vector r. So your ray, your particle is doing the circular motion. If it comes here, from this radius vector, how much angle? 90. If it comes here, according to your radius vector, how much angle? 180. If it comes here, according to this one, 270. If it comes here, according to this one, total 360. Did you understand? The same revolutionary motion we people are drawing in the form of waves, okay. So sine 0, in the same way cos 0, cos 0, at 0 what is the value? Cos 0 value and how much children? 1. Cos 90, if you represent here angle, cos 90 means it nearby 0, nearby 0. Did you understand children? So in this way we will calculate the sine and cos, okay. In the same way, where this particle is being existed, how much displacement it is being done can be known by the equation. The x is the displacement, x is the displacement, that is equal to a into sine omega t. Their omega is angular velocity, okay, and T is the time period, and A is the amplitude, how much length from the mean position, how much it is being displaced from the mean position. This is called A, amplitude, okay. X is the displacement, So, how much angular frequency does it contain, angular velocity and with the time period, and A means amplitude, then you can determine where the particle, how much it has displaced after the starting of this circular motion, after starting of this wave type of motion, you can identify. So, by using this one, we will try to derive the energy, how much it has at certain phase angle, at certain values, at certain completion of displacement, we are going to learn. So, children, in the simple harmonic motion, that means simply vibration of one freely suspended body from one hook. Okay. So, what happens if you give some energy, it will vibrate this side, okay, in this way, okay, right. So, look at this, if you give less energy, it just swings for only this much amplitude. If you give more energy, what happens? It will move in this way. If you give still more energy, what happens? In this way, okay. If energy is more, higher amplitude you will get. From this mean position, how much you are being displacing, So, it will displace this side. If you give more energy, so the more energy I am denoting with the red color. Okay, you can see. So, when compare with this x1, which amplitude is more, x2 or x1? x2 is greater than the x1. So, according to that displacement, okay, you will have the displacement of the particle as its amplitude and the sign of its angular velocity into time, okay, children. Yes. Now, look at this, if you want to get the speed of the sound, so speed means the displacement by time, So, if you do the differentiation d of, so v equal to d of a sin omega t by dt. So, what do you get? A is the constant I have taken here, and omega sin omega, and this becomes cos omega t. So, if the omega value 2 pi by t for full cycle, what happens? T get cancelled, cos 2 pi, cos 360, cos 2 pi, cos 360 value how much, children? 1. Cos 360 value how much, children? 1. So, you will get A omega if the value is in this way. So, by using this one, can you calculate its energy, kinetic energy formula, half mv square. So, half m value mass of the particle, v value a square omega square. So, this is the kinetic energy, even it has the potential energy according to its position. So, if you take both sum, the W equal to total energy, potential energy plus kinetic energy. Okay. So, intensity already we have defined. Intensity means energy per unit time, okay, crossing the area. So, if you take this ratio from this one, can you say intensity is directly proportional to the square of the amplitude, okay children, square of the amplitude. So, that is why intensity is directly proportional to square amplitude, and we will take their ratios, their intensities ratios. Intensity means the energy crossing square meter area in 1 second is called intensity. Look at this, here onwards we are getting the sound waves. Okay. Now, the person A with the same size, okay, having this much area to receive the energy. Here how many rays he can receive? You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rays are crossing here. How much? 4 rays. But coming to here, how many rays children? Only 1 ray. He just moved from the position A to B. Now here 4 rays are crossing this unit section area, but the same area if I perpendicularly if I keep here, only 1 ray is passing through that one. 1 ray is passing through that one. Now if you keep the same plane of area perpendicular to this propagation, here in this spatial difference between the 2 rays, there is no ray passing through that one. So here the intensity is 0. The intensity is 0. So in this way, if you want to get more intensity, your area, cross sectional area which is being exposed to the sound should be closer to the source, should be closer to the source of the sound. Then you will get the more intensity, That is why if you want to get that more intensity, it is directly proportional to the square of amplitude, okay children. So the intensities are taking as some fundamental intensity I naught value, here 10 power minus 12 watt meter power minus 2 power per meter square. So based on this one they will calculate I1, I2. So these ratios, this I1, I2 values and I naught, then they will take the ratio if they want to get the loudness. So loudness equal to ratios of the logarithmic ratios of the I1 by I naught with base 10, So if they take the value, sometimes in the electrical engineering they will take P1 by P naught, powers ratio they will take, okay, intensities ratio, powers ratio, whatever. If they take in the logarithmic value, that gives you the measurement of loudness, how much intensity is different between them, how much that difference is not being done by the subtraction, that is being done by ratios, logarithmic ratios. That is why you are having Bell as the unit. Bell means one of the scientist, Graham Bell, who invented the telephone. To give to the honor, we are using the Bell as the powers ratio unit. For the loudness, the unit is phone. What is that? Phone. So Bell and a phone. Bell actually we people are using as unit for loudness. Nowadays phone is the unit. For loudness. So in this way they will calculate the loudness value. We have the fundamental frequency 440 Hz, but according to your auditory system you are able to hear the less clear sound is 1000 Hz. For that one you have the loudness 10 power minus 12 watt meter power minus 2. And we are the having decibel. Decibel means in the bell 10th part you can take. 10th part. Deci means 10 power minus 1. So bell by 10 is the decibel. So in the manner of logarithmic values, the intensities ratios or power ratios we will consider to know the difference between the sounds loudness. Okay. And we people are able to hear the children 20 Hz to 20,000. That was classified by our scientific society, okay, 20 to 20,000 hertz, above 20,000 hertz we cannot hear, below 20 hertz we cannot hear. These classification values have been given based on, okay, frequency range, actually audible range frequency. This is based on by considering infant, child, female, male, elders, older persons, aged people, by all comparing these all people, we people have been given the range as 20 Hz to 20,000, but among them 1000 Hz is the minimum audible value, minimum audible value. If any sound, if you want to listen, minimum you should have 1000 Hz clearly. But when you are in younger age, that means at this age, you people are being able to listen below 20 Hz also, means till the 10, 11 also you are able to hear, and above 20 also you are able to hear till the 28,000, 27,000 Hz you can hear. But normal range, audible range is 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Okay, children? Yes. So, in this way the logarithmic ratios will be taken as a measurement for loudness, measurement for loudness. We people can be able to hear till 120 decibels, 120 decibels. It is also logarithmic value, okay, based on the ratios of logarithmic value. Okay. So, 120 decibels is nothing but the jet taking. Okay. If the jet is taking away from the runway, then you will have 120 decibels if you are nearby that one. You will get so much pain if you are here that 120 decibel. Normal conversation will have 60 decibels, 60 decibels. It's nothing but 6 bell, 60 decibel, deci means 1 by 10. So, 6 bell. Okay, children. So, in this way our sounds also having the intensities, so that we can measure their loudness also, their loudness. So, finally, we have concluded loudness is proportional to the intensity, because due to their ratios, intensity is proportional to the square of the amplitude, square of the amplitude. So, by this one you can write loudness is directly proportional to the amplitude. Okay. Normally they will say this is depending on this one, not the direct proportional, but to understand direct proportional is different, because here I am mentioning power 1, but actually that is square. Even for this powers also this will be changed, but normally loudness, if you want to measure, it depends on amplitude. So, simply better to write it depends on amplitude of the wave, amplitude of the wave. How the pitch is depending on the frequency, in the same way loudness is depends on amplitude of the wave. So, in this way we can understand. And one more factor is there, that is quality, the third one. What is that? Quality or timbre, quality or timbre. So, quality or timbre tells you if a tuning fork is there that gives you the waveform in this way. Okay. Now, one piano is there, that one also will gives you okay. Now, if you check these two waveforms, both are having different waveforms, but if you see their amplitude, both seems to have same amplitude, and a frequency also, both are having same frequency. Here frequency is the same, amplitudes the same, but in this case, if frequency is same means maybe pitch is same, amplitude same means loudness is same, but still we are getting somewhat difference between those two. When if this is this waveform of any tuning fork and this is by any piano and violin or something. Okay. Sometimes both have same frequency, same amplitude, but still we have difference. This can be understood by this pattern. Look at this. This is gradually increasing in this way. Okay. This is maintaining same slope to increase, same slope to decrease, same slope to increase, same slope to decrease, but this is being varied. But amplitude wise, okay, and frequency wise, both are having same values. So, different wave pattern also will have same frequency, same amplitude, but the perceiving of that sound done by you based on its qualities. Then you will say, okay, this is in this way, this is in this way. Okay, children. So, simply you can say, if you ask me one thing, sir, can I go to play in the ground? And I say, I thought you have not completed the work. So, I will say no, because you are the good boy. No, no boy, you should not go. So, simply I said the word no. But one bad student, always he tries to escape that work. Okay. He also asked me, sir, shall I also go to play in the ground? I said no. Why? Because here, why I raise the voice means here expressions are different, same frequency, same amplitude. Expressions are different. Okay. So, based on this wavefront also you can understand how the sound will have different patterns to understand how you perceive. So, these are the three qualities: pitch, loudness, quality or timbre. Three characteristics to understand the sound.